This is the deception that I'm referring to in 2K, and how they've deliberately weaved this game together in a way where it cheats you in a very slick manner where everything kind of just looks normal. So I see the guy right here, he's coming down, he wants to cut. More than likely he's going to try to cut right here and probably try to get a wide open shot because he got my man, he beat him. He's beat on defense. So he wants to try to get the lane, probably get an open shot, or probably just cut the lane. So what I want to do is I want to cut over and get in front of him in case he tries to shoot or in case he tries to drive, right? And what you're about to see is that while I'm coming up, watch this. And I see him coming, I'm forced to look at it from this angle, from where from his angle. When I'm coming up, I try to step over into the paint before he gets there, and I'm forced to go back the other direction. Boom. Wait a minute. Let's look at it closer. So you can actually see it. Look at it in regular speed first. Boom. That slight moment right there where I'm forced to like do this ricochet where I'm trying to step over into the paint, but the algorithm is like it blocks me and it pushes me back the other direction. Look at it again. Boom. Let's look at it in regular speed. This is the shit right here that I'm talking about. Right? Look at it in slow motion. Boom. You see what I'm getting at? Where, because now I wanna kind of follow what I'm trying to do with the cursor. All right. So I'm coming up, right, and I want to dip over into the paint to cut them off. That's why I'm swaying in that direction. So what I want to do, I want to get right here, right? This is the direction I'm trying to go. I want to get right here because he's coming up, and I know what he wants to do. He wants to get, in this area and possibly stop, pop, or possibly just drive to the lane. All right, and I know my computer is not going to step up and cut him off. And even if, let's say, he did want to do that, the guy right here that he's guarding, let's say he moved over this direction, the guy that he's guarding is going to be wide open in the paint, right? And you could only just wish that this dude right here would step up, but then he steps up and he could just give him an assist. So it's a lot of different things that can happen. So the best bet is for me to try to cut over and block him. And if you try to give him the ball, he ain't going to shoot it. I can get to him in time enough to at least distract him, throw the shot off, right? So that's my best bet. So when I try to do that, let's look at it again. I see him coming. I stop. Now I try to go to the paint, and look, boom! I'm forced outside of the paint. Look at it again. This is what I'm talking about. They're controlling my player. They're not allowing me to move in the direction I'm trying to go because they don't want me to cut them off on offense. You see this? Look at this. There's no explanation for why my movement looks that way. Look, I'm going this way. Boom. The algorithm forces me to cut out the other direction. So now, moving on, in this instance right here, now I'm forced into being behind him at an angle, right? Whereas if everything went the way it was supposed to have went, I would be right here, somewhere up in here, somewhere definitely in front of him, somewhere in this area. All right. But just that little moment, just that little nudge that they just gave me to force me outside of the paint caused me to be all the way over here and behind him. Right. So now this is where I'm at. And so now when I try to go to block the shot, here's what happens. Now I got my fourth foul. Right. You see how this works out. See how all of this plays out. Just those little moments like that. That's why I say they're banking on those little moments. They're banking on, it has its moments where it cheats in ways where it's like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Where it's kind of obvious. But this scenario right here, the average person playing this game wouldn't even notice what the fuck just happened. This would just go completely by them. All right, even though they're playing, they know what they tried to do. But it'll just go completely over their head. They wouldn't even understand what happened to them. Right? They're banking on the more unnoticeable, subtle things to aid computer and being able to compete. All right, let's look at it again one more time, and I'm done with this video. Hold on. So I come up, I try to go to the paint, boom, right? Now if I continued, once again, if I continued this direction, I'd be right here. I'd be right here somewhere up in this area, and I'm 7'2". The guy with the ball is a point guard. He's like 6'2", 6'3", or something like that. So now he continues to come up, and he gets right here. Look where I'm at right now, as opposed to where I would have been. You see the vast difference. All right, you see the vast difference. The cursor right here. Wait a minute. This is more than likely where I would be. Damn, come on now. Shit. I ain't know why I moved this shit. Okay. This is more than likely where I would be versus where I'm actually at over here. All right. So now you see the vast difference. This whole play would have been blown. He would have had to get a ball and took a more riskier shot. But by the time he does that, I already know what he's doing. So now I'm cutting back over, and he has to shoot a contested shot, in which I'm 7'2". This is the guy that used to play for the Spurs, I believe. No, it's not. Trent Jr. I'm 7'2". I would have closed out on that from a distance. All I had to do was just press the Y button. I just been able to close out on it, right? But that's how this game works. It's banking on the more unnoticeable, the more subtle aspects of the game that pretty much goes unnoticed. People don't really see shit like that, right? And it throws off an entire play. It throws off entire opportunities to get things done, right? Shit like that right there, it could blow the whole game. It could blow a whole play. Slight things like that, just little small, nuanced things, right, that seem insignificant. It matters so much because it's basketball. Every little half step, every little split second, every little millisecond, every little movement could, it cause like a butterfly effect. It could change the entire outcome of a game just that easily, right? And that's what they're banking on when they program this algorithm to cheat you. Is banking on shit like that, the little things. Anyway, peace.